Well, folks, here we are. The Rockies were up in this game for a good majority of it. And the payoff pitch. Sorry, I'm not doing a good job of setting the scene here. Okay, we've got a break in between pitches. I am live right here on your Locked On Rockies postcast. The Rockies currently leading the Cincinnati Reds 6-5. 0-2 count to Elly De La Cruz. The Reds have scored some runs in the bottom of this ninth inning. Runner on second, Jalen Beeks on his 31st birthday has Elly De La Cruz down to his final strike, and that is a ball. 1-2 count. Rockies. This has been a very good game for them. Does the saga continue? Ooh, foul ball from Elly De La Cruz. Yeah. Stick with us. We'll hit the intro here in just a moment. The Rockies, man, let's see. Let's pull this up. What were they up here? 3. Oh, man. Rockies had a 4-run lead entering the bottom of the ninth inning. Victor Vodnik gave up a leadoff home run, immediately got yanked, and it's been a roller coaster for Jalen Beeks. The payoff pitch, 1-2. He should get him out here. Oh, and he got him. Elly De La Cruz with a chopper ground out to short. And the Colorado Rockies are going to hang on to win this baseball game. Wow. If they would have lost this one after having the lead that they had, I don't know how you recover from it. And I know that this Rockies team, if you've been listening to these postcasts, I've told you how, they're kind of down and out. It's rinse and repeat with these games and whatnot. Like, that would have been a new low had you blown another 4-run lead in the bottom of the ninth inning against the Cincinnati Reds. But lo and behold, that is not the case. A 6-5 victory for the Colorado Rockies over the Cincinnati Reds. Good stuff from the lineup tonight and good stuff from Kyle Freeland. He has been absolutely dynamite since coming back off the injured list. So let's dive into it right here on your Locked On Rockies postcast.
You are Locked On Rockies postcast, powered by Mile High Sports, part of Locked On Sports Denver on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
It is your Locked On Rockies postcast. Let's go. It's a victory show. I haven't done a victory show in a little while here. So happy to be here tonight as it was a sweaty one, but the Rockies getting the job done tonight, securing the victory over the Cincinnati Reds by the final score being 6-5. And we'll break it all down for you right here on your Locked On Rockies postcast. Hope everybody is doing A-okay out there. A reason to be excited, a reason to be happy, a reason to smile. I guess with the exception of the ninth inning, a pretty clean game all the way around by Colorado Rockies standards. Kyle Freeland has been absolutely fantastic since coming back off the injured list. And as we mentioned in the open there, the lineup getting the job done. So a rare victory show in the time that I've been doing these Locked On Rockies postcasts. Cincinnati now at 44-49 on the season. And the Rockies improved to 33-60. So they're going to avoid, they're going to keep treading water, try not to have twice as many losses as you do wins. And tonight is certainly going to help that cause. 12 hits for the Rockies offense tonight. Very, very, very nice to see the offense, from the jump here, give Kyle Freeland some run support, make Kyle Freeland feel comfortable out there on the mound. And, like I said, just straight up getting the job done and putting yourself in a position to win a game, not having to dig yourself out of a hole, not having to, look yourself in the mirror and wonder why you can't string hits together or score runs, wondering if your bullpen is going to be able to hang on, wondering if your starting pitcher is going to show up tonight. Everything works out in the Rockies' favor for the most part tonight as they take down the Cincinnati Reds 6-5. And lo and behold, now an opportunity for the Rockies to actually split this series. I had done Monday's show and a majority of last night's show thinking that it was a 3-game series. Shame on me. It is a 4-game series. So we've got one more game between these two teams, which will be tomorrow. I believe it's an early, like an 11:10 first pitch local mountain time. So, I guess you don't have to wake up for it, but, it'll be on within a few hours of most of us waking up. So set your alarms, set your timers for all that, and we'll see if the Rockies can at least salvage a split, which all things considered, I think would be great for them considering how the first two games of this series went. And let's take a look at how the lineup did tonight. Like I said, 12 base hits for the Rockies here, and that's a big number for them. Ezequiel Tovar, a little bounce back game for him. He had a couple of base hits tonight, came around to score a run. Ryan McMahon had a base hit. Elias Diaz looking like that all-star version of himself. He had 2 hits and an RBI tonight. Brenton Doyle, stay hot. Brenton Doyle filled up the entire stat sheet here tonight. 3 at-bats, 1 run scored, 1 hit, 1 RBI, 1 walk, and a strikeout. So a pretty full game, a pretty full effort tonight from Mr. Brenton Doyle. So good stuff on that front. Jake Cave in his start today, 4 at-bats, 2 you RBI. You love to see that. Michael Toglia, nothing cooking tonight. Nolan Jones, though, 2 hits. He's starting to see the ball a little bit better. I know he's hitting 199. So, the body of work for Nolan Jones when he's been playing, injuries aside, has not been that great at the plate for him this season, but he did have himself a nice game tonight. Didn't drive in a run, but did draw a walk. And like I said, had a pair of hits in that one tonight. So good stuff from Nolan Jones and Sam Hilliard. Man, Sam Hilliard, he's been with this organization for such a long time. It's funny because I was watching him play tonight and he just looks older. I remember, babyface Sam Hilliard from, what was that? Maybe 2018, 2019, 2020, right around that time when he was first starting to get called up. And I heard something on the radio broadcast. He has the most home runs in Albuquerque Isotopes history with 67, I believe, if memory serves me correct. So a great minor league player, a great AAA player is Sam Hilliard. But the body of work, he's been unable to stick at the major league level. But tonight, he did his job. 4 plate appearances, 2 runs scored, 2 hits, 3 RBI. He had a home run tonight as well. And he's hitting 267 tonight for the Rocks. So all in all, a nice 12-hit performance for the Rockies. Drew a couple of walks and struck out 8 times. It's a little high, but, you'll take it as long as you're winning these games. So like I said, I was texting with my buddy. I was like, if they blow this game tonight, I'm gonna burst out in laughter. That would be my coping mechanism, because it's just it's not even frustration at this point. It's just the clown show. If they would have blown that game tonight, and Sam Hilliard almost was the reason as to why, because they're in the bottom of the 9th inning, instead of throwing the ball to second base, he threw it all the way to third base, which allowed what would have been the tying run of the game to advance to second on just an errant throw from Mr. Sam Hilliard. Like I said, it's never easy with this Rockies team. None of these games are easy. None of these wins are easy to come by. But tonight, thankfully, the Colorado Rockies get the job done thanks to their lineup and thanks to an absolutely positively sensational performance on the mound tonight from Kyle Freeland, who's been dynamite since coming back from the injured list, which maybe this is the spark this team needs, just to build some confidence moving forward down the stretch of the season. All-Star break's coming up at the end of this week, going into the weekend. Next week, I believe, is when the actual All-Star game is itself. So, hopefully this is at least a little bit of momentum for them as they move forward here into the All-Star break, and then hopefully thereafter, with some positive play. So you love to see it. Good stuff from the Rocks tonight. A 6-5 sweaty victory, but a victory at the end of the day as they take down the Cincinnati Reds. All right, let's hit our first break. When we come back, let's dive into starting pitcher Kyle Freeland's performance, because he was absolutely phenomenal on the mound tonight for the Colorado Rockies. Can't say enough good things about Freeland's start tonight, and really can't say enough good things about Freeland in general since coming back from the injured list. Remember, he came out to that really, really rough start and, was shelved, I believe, since April is when he went on the injured list in the first place. And I believe now, 3 starts? We'll break it down in the next segment. Since coming back from that injury, he has been not just good, he's been great for this Rockies club. So stick with us. We'll break it all down when we come back right here on your Locked On Rockies postcast. I'm your host, Aniello Piro. Back in just a few minutes. All right, and first, a few words from our sponsors. Today's episode of the Locked On Rockies postcast is presented by our friends over at Booking.com. Yeah, the right stay can make you a fan of any city, even your rivals. Check out Booking.com for your stay today. And let me tell you, with summer travel heating up, especially travel for baseball games, it's time to explore those U.S. cities you have always secretly wanted to learn more about. Yes, we're talking about your rival cities. So we're talking Phoenix, Arizona. We're talking Los Angeles, California. We're talking San Diego, California. Who am I missing? Padres. Oh, and San Francisco, California. So those are the cities that you're going to want to visit if you're a Rockies fan, try to catch a game on the road this season. And our friends over at Booking.com are going to have you taken care of, because with hotels, bed and breakfast, vacation rentals, resorts, and so much more on Booking.com, you just might find your perfect stay, and even in your baseball rival's city. So here's an example, right? A New York Met fan like myself, or, if you're a Yankee fan in this instance, you want to go see the Yankees play the Red Sox at Fenway Park to catch a game, right? It's on Boston's home turf. They want to see their team win, all that kind of stuff. But you also, you want to get out of Yankee Stadium. You want to get out of Citi Field. You want to get out of Coors Field. You want a good lobster roll. And you're going to fall in love with these incredible hotel options from our friends over at Booking.com, because from hotels that overlook stadiums to family-friendly resorts, Booking.com has so many choices across the United States for your summer travel this Major League Baseball season. The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city, even your rivals. Book today on Booking.com on the site or in the Booking.com app. Be sure to check out our friends over at Booking.com. Let them know that Locked On Rockies sent you, and hit the road this summer, folks. All right, and let me also tell you about our friends over at Game Time, guys, because here's the thing. If you're going to book some hotels, if you're going to be on the road this summer, you're going to need to figure out a way to get some tickets, and our friends over at Game Time are going to take great care of you. They do an absolutely positively fantastic job, because Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer that it gets to the first pitch, and with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying Major League Baseball tickets. And I've used Game Time a bunch. Let me tell you about some of their features, guys. Last-minute deals. This is a big one. You can save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, and theater, and all that good stuff. Basically, anything that requires a ticket, you're probably going to be able to find it on Game Time. And it's not just sports, folks. Again, save up to 60% buying last minute with Game Time. Their flash deals are incredible, where you can save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or the event. Or you can go with a zone deal, where you can save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats for you. Plus, they've got the all-in pricing. Toggling this feature shows you the total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. I love that feature on Game Time. And you can get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy with their seat views. Plus, you got the lowest price guarantee. Your Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference, and your purchase is always covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying Major League Baseball tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms, they do apply. But again, guys, create an account and redeem with code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Be sure to check out our friends over at Game Time and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms, they do apply. All right, welcome on back into your Locked On Rockies postcast. Hope everyone is having a good night out there on this Wednesday, July the 10th, as the Rockies get themselves a solid victory tonight over the Cincinnati Reds, a team that has been a thorn in their side. I believe that their losing streak. What the heck happened here? Hold on. I'm trying to pull up Kyle Freeland. There you go. There it is. Sorry. I don't know what just happened on my end. I'm trying to pull up Kyle Freeland's stats, and this weird window opened on my computer. Apologies. I honestly forget what I was saying. So why don't we just get into Kyle Freeland's start tonight? He was dominant in this outing. And like I said in the first segment, he's been fantastic for this Rockies club since coming back from the injured list. 6 2/3 innings pitched. A shame that he couldn't go the full 7, but the Rockies bullpen technically does their job and doesn't spoil this one. So he is the winning pitcher, is Kyle Freeland. 6 2/3, 8 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. I believe that matches a career high for Mr. Kyle Freeland. So you'll love to see that. Just a great performance from him all around. And hopefully he can keep this up because the Rockies have done a lot. They've won 2 of his last 3 starts now, and they probably should have beat the Washington Nationals in his first start back from the injured list. I mean, he hadn't pitched since April the 14th. Kyle Freeland made 4 starts this year. All of them were pretty much awful before he went on the injured list for the better part of a month, and then comes back here at the end of June and has delivered not just one, not just tonight, but 3 consecutive, not a bad outing since Kyle Freeland has come back to the come back from the injured list, rather. That's probably the best way to put it. And like I said, tonight, this is 4 consecutive good starts because the page I'm looking at doesn't include tonight's game. So the Rockies have actually now won 3 of his last 4 starts, on that front. So, maybe Kyle Freeland day. That's the one thing that the Rockies can get excited for. And like I said tonight, 6 2/3, 8 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. And one of the things that I noticed with Freeland over the course of this game was his confidence and his tempo. Like, it just felt like he was in a good groove. He gave up at least 1 home. Let me see who hit it. But I know he gave up a home run in the latter stages of his start. And he did a good job. Let's see, that would have come in the 3rd inning. Hold on. I was so locked into the end of the game that I didn't do my proper or my standard note structure. Yeah, he gave up a solo shot to Jonathan India there in the bottom of the 3rd inning. But I think the sign of where Kyle Freeland is at as a pitcher right now is his ability to bounce back and his ability to just stay locked in and stay focused and get right back to business. Because, like, I take a guy like Jalen Beeks tonight, right? Who, happy 31st birthday to Mr. Beeks. Thank God you got the save, right? That would have been an awful way to spend your birthday by blowing a save in that, in a game in which he had a pretty significant lead. But like Jalen Beeks got hit hard early. His location was off. There was just a lot of problems with Jalen Beeks, and it just felt like it was compounding, right? He had some hard contact off the bat that just, was a few inches to the left and to the right of Ezekiel Tovar. If it's the other way, it's a routine play for him. But, I liked the way that Kyle Freeland went about his business tonight, just straight up attacking the other team here tonight in the Cincinnati Reds lineup. And I think it worked wonders for him because, like I said, when you have that confidence and you have that moxie and you just have that belief in yourself that, okay, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to do my thing. And regardless of the results, if they don't come out great every time, I'm going to, just stay within myself and keep focusing, not letting, what's happening inside compound to the outside. And that's a recipe for success. And, you saw that tonight out of Kyle Freeland. Look at this. The Rockies only had to use 3 pitchers. It was almost 2. Victor Vodnik was trotted out there to start the 9th inning, and he gave up a solo shot immediately, which made me hold my breath because I had already made this background and I already made the thumbnail. And I was like, is it really going to be redo season, rewrite season, as we like to call in the Rockies press box? Because it certainly felt like it might be for a moment in time tonight. But let's take a look at Freeland's start since coming back off that injured list. Let's work in reverse. So the first start since coming back off the IL, he was good. The Rockies lost the game 2-1, so he got no run support, and he actually wasn't even on the hook for any of these earned runs. 6 innings pitched for Mr. Freeland, only 1 hit allowed, no earned runs. He did walk 1, had 4 strikeouts, but the returns have been great for Freeland, specifically in that game against the Washington Nationals. That was on the 23rd of June. And then he followed up with another strong performance on the 30th of June as well against the Chicago White Sox. 6 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. But all in all, the Rockies won that game 5-4. That was that 14-inning ball game. Good stuff from K. Free. And then his most recent start before tonight's start against the Cincinnati Reds was another dominant outing for Kyle Freeland. The Rockies won that game 4-2. 7 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. A walk and 5 strikeouts. And like I said, just building on that momentum tonight, again, 6 2/3, 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. So Kyle Freeland has been, I don't want to say like getting necessarily progressively better, but he's floating in a way and in a range that you will take night, and any team would take that on a game in and game out basis, not just the Rockies. And we know that they're starved for starting pitching, but what Kyle Freeland's been able to do since coming off the injured list, has been nothing short of fantastic, and nice to see the Rockies capitalize on that, right? Because we've seen some starting pitchers this season, have some pretty good outings where the offense is just absolutely lifeless, and they just who started the game on Monday? Was that Tyler Kinley? I think it was. Let's look it up. Tyler Kinley. Because whoever the starting pitcher was on Monday went out there and shoved. Yeah, it was Tyler Kinley. Oh, wait. That's not, wait, whoa. Okay, I'm on a tangent. Let's pass on that. But you know what I'm saying. If you've watched the Rockies all year, it's a little hard to do the multitasking, like when you want to try to pull up some stats and information while you're yapping like I am. Oh, it would be nice to have a producer, wouldn't it? But, it's just one of those situations where with Freeland tonight, just nice to see him, stay on track. And the Rockies offense, I think that's the bigger story here. Like, obviously, you'll love what you've seen from Kyle Freeland, but the Rockies offense being competent and putting up some runs, recording some hits, you'll love to see it. So let's hit a quick break when we come back. Wow, it's a fast show. When they win, there's like new things to talk about. There's like exciting things to talk about. So let's hit a quick break when we come back, and it's already time to put a ball in the show. We'll tell you how the Rockies scored those runs and hopefully keep the momentum rolling as we'll take a look ahead at tomorrow's game as well. So stick with us right here on your Locked On Rockies postcast. Back in just a few minutes. All right, let me tell you about our friends over at Prize Picks, because Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports, and unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. And now you can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. And if you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has you covered each and every week, from lowering select player stats projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. Prize Picks has you covered with all of the promotions. And with the finals over, the hoops action does not stop on Prize Picks. Women's basketball is still heating up with stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese looking to make names for themselves alongside the greats like Breanna Stewart and Asia Wilson. You can win up to 100 times your cash watching them ball out on Prize Picks. And even better, guys, Prize Picks is available in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. You absolutely love to see it. So download that Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's code LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks for a deposit match of up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It is that easy with our friends over at Prize Picks. You'll love to see it. Check them out today, Prize Picks, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for a first-time deposit match of up to $100. All right, welcome on back into your Locked On Rockies postcast. I'm your host, Aniello Piro. Be sure to follow me on social media at Media by AP. And for any of the returning listeners or viewers on YouTube, thank you so much for rocking with me as we get through this season, get through these games, get through these shows together. Absolutely love it. And I would love to hear from you guys. So if you're watching the shows live, or even if you're watching after the fact on YouTube, drop me some comments. I'll see them every time I log in to get ready to do my shows, and happy to have some conversation with you guys. And on that note, make sure to subscribe to the Locked On Denver Sports YouTube channel. Again, not the Locked On Rockies YouTube channel. You should subscribe over there as well if you want Paul's podcast, which is the standard Locked On Rockies podcast. Man, podcast, postcast, tongue twisters. If you want the Locked On Rockies podcast, go to the Locked On Rockies YouTube page. If you want the Locked On Rockies postcast, which is what you're watching or listening to right now, go to the Locked On Denver Sports YouTube page, where you'll find me talking about the Rocks after just about each and every single one of their baseball games the rest of the way this season. But okay, as promised, the Rockies offense tonight just doing a really good job of taking care of business offensively. They had 12 base hits tonight, contributions from multiple different guys in the lineup. And it started with, a journeyman and Sam Hilliard, his first home run of the season to right field with Nolan Jones on base. That put the Rockies up early, and they really, they didn't look back. The Rockies never were down in this game, actually. Top of the third inning, the Rockies go up 2-0. You absolutely love to see that. And they stay hot there in the third inning as well, as Elias Diaz with an RBI single to left field that scored Ezequiel Tovar. So the Rockies found themselves up 3-0 after 3 innings in this game, which is, not usually the case, or even if it is the case, they usually, spoil it or, kind of throw it all away with the bullpen or the starting pitching, whatever it might be. And it was looking like it may be that way for a second because Jonathan India, as we mentioned, in the bottom half of that third inning, got the Reds on the board for the first time in the game with a solo shot to center field. That brought the score down to 3-1, so a 2-run advantage for the Rockies. But then Mr. Sam Hilliard staying hot. What did we say? I think 67 home runs for him in his career down at AAA Albuquerque. Well, he added 2 in his first 2 of the major league season for him at the big league level in this game, because in the top of the 5th inning, a solo shot to left center field that put the Rockies up 4-1. And you'll take the runs any way you can get them if you're the Rockies. And nice to see a guy. And that's the thing, man. Like, you've had Jake Cave win you some games. You've had Sam Hilliard win you some games now. Stallings had some moments. Hunter Goodman has had some moments. Obviously, Tovar's been great. Blackman's had some moments this year. Has he played in this series, Chuck? He didn't play tonight, I don't think. Yeah, no Chuck tonight. I don't think he played last night either. So, which, is on par with how they're treating him at this point in his career and whatnot. But like I said, getting these contributions from some of these different guys, is going to help put you in a position to win these games on a night in, night out basis. And tonight it was Sam Hilliard who stepped up to the plate, even though he almost kind of blew it had the Rockies lost the game there in the bottom of the 9th inning. But his 2 solo shots more than enough for the Rocks tonight. His first in the 3rd inning and his second in the 5th inning. His first 2 home runs of the year at the big league level. You absolutely love to see it. And then the 5th run of the game for the Rocks came in the top of the 6th inning, an RBI double off the bat of Jake Cave. That was to right field as well. Brenton Doyle came around to score, and I got a stat that I'll share with you here from Brenton Doyle in just a minute because he's been fantastic. And then the final run of the game scored off of the bat of Brenton Doyle with an RBI single to left center. Ryan McMahon comes around to score, and the Rockies at that point had a 6-2 lead before the Cincinnati Reds made a little dicey there in the bottom of the 9th inning. Like we said, Victor Vodnik allowed a leadoff home run, and it would have been so bad because when Victor Vodnik came out for the 9th inning, the Rockies broadcast booth was kind of glazing Buddy Black a little bit. Like, this is such a great move. Like, this is old school baseball. Like, you love to see it. Vodnik has been throwing gas in 100 and 101, and it may have even been the first pitch, home run, solo shot. So that's how we've kind of found ourselves where we are today, and why I say that this is a sweaty victory for the Rockies, because between Victor Vodnik and Jalen Beeks, it almost felt certain that the Rockies were going to try to figure out a way to blow this game here tonight, but that was not the case. So shout out Victor Vodnik and Jalen Beeks for at least getting the job done. So you'll love to see it. But here's the metric I wanted to share with you on Brenton Doyle, and this was from before tonight's game. But he is the 6th player to record at least 15 hits, 11 extra base hits, 6 home runs, 6 walks, and 1 stolen base in an 8-game span. And this is in Major League Baseball history. And every other player that has done it is a Hall of Famer. The other 5, Larry Walker, he's already inducted. Todd's about to get inducted. Reggie Jackson, Willie Mays, the late great Willie Mays, Lou Gehrig, and Babe Ruth. So Brenton Doyle is now in his own rare air with guys named Walker, Jackson, Mays, Gehrig, Ruth. That's insane. That's absolutely nuts. And let me read it again. Brenton Doyle is the 6th player to record at least 15 hits, 11 extra base hits, 6 home runs, 6 walks, and 1 stolen base over the course of an 8-game span. The only other players in Major League Baseball history to accomplish that feat: Larry Walker, Reggie Jackson, Willie Mays, Lou Gehrig, and Babe Ruth. Brenton Doyle is in not just rare air, the rarest of airs, with the best of the best, the folk heroes of Major League Baseball. The guys that you and I all grew up hearing the tales and the legends and the myths about. Brenton Doyle finds himself in that category. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Brenton Doyle's been fantastic this season, guys. And I've always said that Doyle, Tovar, those are the 2 guys. And I know Doyle's a little bit older than Tovar, but those are the 2 guys that you can legitimately look at and say, okay, we got something here for the future. These are 2 guys that we can build around. You got an outfielder and you got a shortstop, and they're both very, very good at what they do. And Doyle, especially this season and in recent memory, has been on fire. One of the best outfielders in all of Major League Baseball. So the Rockies got a good one in Brenton Doyle. But all right, before we get out of here, let's take a look at tomorrow's game. Again, it's an early one, I believe. Without even looking, I think it's Austin Gomber on the mound for the Rockies in the game tomorrow. Let's see what we got. Yes, it will be Austin Gomber, who has struggled a bit as of late. 2-5 with a 4.47 earned run average. He will take on the young phenom Hunter Green. 5-4 with a 3.45 earned run average and 116 strikeouts on the year for Hunter Green. And like I said, it's an early start time, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for this game tomorrow. So make sure to tune into that one. And we'll be back at it again right after the game with another episode of your Locked On Rockies postcast. So you'll love to see it tonight, though. A 6-5 victory for Colorado. Good stuff from the offense. Great stuff from Kyle Freeland. And a win is a win at the end of the day. We'll see what Mr. Gomber can do tomorrow going up against Hunter Green. And hopefully the Rockies can figure out a way to split this series and roll into the weekend, at least feeling somewhat good about themselves with consecutive back-to-back victories. So we shall see, but that is going to do it for me, folks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, you can follow me on social at Media by AP, but a good victory tonight for the Rockies, 6-5 over the Reds. Freeland was great. Hopefully he can keep it up, and hopefully the offense can stay hot. That's going to do it for me, folks. Enjoy your Wednesday night, and we'll talk to you guys on Thursday after the final game of the series between the Rockies and the Reds.